interpret aquí para que todos puedan entender. Brother Mike, how long have we known each other, brother? Has it been about 11 years since you
Yes,
came to
about
El
11
Paso?
years.
11 years. So, 11 años lo hemos conocido. Es, como le dice, un gran amigo mío. Él y su familia han nacido una bendición a nuestra familia también. So, what I'm telling the people that are listening, brother, is just that you've been a blessing to me and my family, and your family has been a blessing as well. And and I've just told him basically we've known each other for about 11 years. So, Brother Mike, is there anybody you'd like to say hi to right now that you think might be listening, or anybody, or you want to say hi to your wife and kids, or?
Yeah, so I'd say hi to, hello to my family, and it's exciting to be with Brother Gilbert Fernandez, and I appreciate the opportunity and the invite. So thank you very much for that.
Amen, amen. So lo que está diciendo el hermano Mike es de que está bien agradecido que está aquí en estudio con nosotros y la invitación también, y le mandó saludos a su esposa también allí. And so, Brother Mike, so just tell us a little bit about you, Brother Mike. Just where you were born, where were you born? I think you were born in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, so I was born in a small town in Union City, Tennessee, and it's a small area of about 12,000 people, and it was in the country of Tennessee, about 100 miles north of Memphis. So we grew up in a very agricultural area, very far, small area, and not a lot of people there. But that's where we're from, West Tennessee.
Okay. So dice que es como del área de West Tennessee, se llama Union,
Union City.
Union City, Tennessee. Dice que había como 12,000 gentes ahí de population donde vivía él, y ahí es donde nació él, cerquitas de Memphis, Tennessee. Ahí es donde. And how long did you live there, brother? In that area, how long did you say you lived there?
Yeah, I would have lived there for about 21 years, 22 years.
Como 21 años es lo que vivió allí, en esa área de Union City, Tennessee. And then, Brother Mike, just tell us a little bit about tell us about your childhood. How you grew up, your upbringing, and all that stuff there.
Okay, so when I was growing up, my mom does profess to be a Christian. And how far do you want to go before you translate?
Go a little bit further. I can probably go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my mom did profess to be a Christian, and we did attend different churches of different denominations when I was younger. But I didn't learn about salvation and didn't accept Christ as my Savior until 1994. And so my salvation testimony there was we grew up, and I had 3 different stepdads during my childhood, and so our upbringing was different, so we had different people and things around us, and I have 2 sisters that are half sisters, and so they knew their fathers growing up, and I didn't know my biological father growing up, but there was always people there, that encouraged me and things, and my stepdads were always there for me to encourage me, but we did not attend church, and we didn't come from a religious family. And in 1994, the church a church there started running buses, and through the bus ministry, someone had reached my older sister, and because of a promotion, she invited me to come to church, and we used to hide from the buses and the church people, and we would tell them we were asleep when they knocked on the door, and we tried to avoid the church people, but my sister wanted me to come so she could earn points for church. So I finally gave in and came to church, and when I came to church, then I heard about salvation. I heard about salvation through Jesus Christ and accepting Jesus, and I made assurance of my salvation October the 23rd, 1994.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and tell. So lo que está diciendo aquí, hermano Mike, que él cuando estaba chico, su mamá, dijo que ella fue salva, una profesión, ¿verdad? Y lo que pasó es de que ellos no crecieron como en una iglesia como la iglesia que creemos ahorita de salvación. Lo que pasó es de que su hermana, ellos iban a unas cuantas iglesias, y su mamá, fue a una iglesia con su hija, y pues su hija fue salva, que es la hermana de Brother Mike, la hermana más grande, y después hubo una promoción con los voces. Y lo que pasó es de que ella tenía que tener un invitado, so ella agarró a hermano Mike, pero hermano Mike dice que ellos se escondían de los voces, no querían ir a la iglesia, y un día él fue a la iglesia, y en octubre de 1994 él aceptó Cristo de Salvador. Ese día allí, cuando su hermana lo invitó, hermano Mike. So go ahead, Brother Mike. And then what happened after that, after your salvation in October 1994?
After salvation in 1994, then I attended church for, I guess, maybe about a year, and we had gotten involved with the youth department there, and got to take some trips and things, and got to branch out of my little town of Union City, Tennessee. And I remember the first trip that we had taken, we had crossed into Mississippi and went to a youth conference there, and it was there that I felt the Lord working in my heart, and the call maybe to preach, and my desire to do something and serve the Lord began there. And Brother Danny Craig, I would say hi to him if he wanted to go back and listen to that. Brother Danny Craig was my youth pastor, and he invested a lot of time into my life, and I owe him a great debt, and he discipled me and taught me a lot of what I know in the ministry.
Okay, so lo que está diciendo hermano Mike es de que cuando él comenzó a ir a la iglesia, comenzó a meterse ahí con los jóvenes del youth group de la iglesia, que son los jóvenes allí, y un día lo llevaron a una parte como a una iglesia donde habían más jóvenes, que era al otro lado del puente, que era el Mississippi. Y cuando él fue allí es donde él comenzó a ver o sentir y ver que el Señor estaba trabajando en su vida y le estaba hablando para ser predicador. Y el testimonio que tiene es de que uno de sus pastores de los jóvenes se llamaba Danny Craig. Y Danny Craig fue alguien que le ayudó a él mucho y lo discipuló a él para que creciera en Cristo. Y él le da muchas gracias a Danny Craig por lo que ha hecho en su vida, por los sacrificios que le hizo para él. And then so after Danny Craig, and this is, what church was this, brother? What church is this here?
Union City Baptist Temple.
Union City, okay. La iglesia se llama Union City Baptist Temple. Esa es la iglesia donde fue hermano Mike. And then what else happened after that, brother? Were you under Brother Pastor Wells at that time?
Yes, Dr. Mike Wells was our pastor, and he came to a small area there in Union City, and he started teaching and encouraging the people to pick children up on the buses. And it was going back to the salvation testimony. The people that invited my sister to church had already invited me to church. We were invited to church the same day, and I was on a different side of the city, and she accepted the Lord that day as her Savior, and I did not. They also had invited me and to come to church and also given us the gospel, but I did not accept Christ as my Savior that day. She started coming to church because someone invited her to ride the buses, and so that was going back to cover a little bit of that.
Okay, so un poquito de lo que estaba diciendo de la salvación es de que la hermana no quería invitar a hermano Mike, pero pues él comenzó a venir y es donde él comenzó a ver ahí que él tenía que ser salvo. La hermana no fue salva ese tiempo, hermano Mike fue salvo porque él oyó el mensaje y después él fue salvo después de ahí. El pastor que estaba ahí con él en Union City, Tennessee, era hermano pastor Mike Wells, que ahorita Mike Wells es un pastor aquí en la área en Mesquite, Texas. Se llama una iglesia que se llama Parkside Baptist Church. Él es el pastor de esa iglesia ahorita, pero esto fue cuando estaba pasando en Tennessee, cuando hermano Mike estaba más joven. In 1994, how old were you at that time, brother?
1994, I've been about maybe about 12 or so.
12. So él tenía como unos 12 años en ese tiempo. En ese tiempo, so you're saying you were 12 in 1994?
Yeah, so I'm having to go back in my do my math in my head right here.
Okay,
yeah.
So le estoy diciendo hermano Mike que si él tenía 12 años, hermano Lupe, en 1994, yo gradué de high school in 1994. I graduated from high school in 1994.
Yeah,
and you were 12 years old.
I was probably going into the junior, coming out of junior high, going into freshman.
Se me hace que ahorita es un buen tiempo para ir para break, porque we're gonna go on break, brother, because right now you just made me feel old. Yes. So es que como me hizo sentir viejo, vamos a agarrar un break. Ahorita cuando vengamos para atrás vamos a hablar un poquito más con brother Mike. Nomás checando aquí, estamos hablando cuando él estaba todavía en el estado de Tennessee, pero cuando vengamos para atrás del break, vamos a hablar con hermano Mike tocante cuando él se movió para acá, para la área de Mesquite, Texas. Hablamos de eso con él para saber qué es lo que pasó en su vida en ese tiempo. Vamos a tomar aquí un break y ahorita veremos para atrás. Vamos a poner un canto y ahorita venimos para atrás en un momento.